Testing. Good morning. Testing. 1, 2. Can you guys hear me? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Don't mind the skull. We're not making a skull today. This is just what I was working on earlier. How's everybody doing? Bom dia, menino. Saswacha Gosh, hello. Song track. Your wish is the universe has provided. Your wish has been provided by the universe. I don't know. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Songtrack. Again. Hey. So, let's go ahead and get started. It is 11 a.m. where I am, so it's pretty early. Boa tarde. I am Ana Carolina. That's my name. I am a Brazilian 3D artist. Well, Brazilian 3D artist, technical artist, and VR developer. I'm now a college professor working at Ringling College, and I am going to make a Yeti today because I've been running a TikTok series, a series on TikTok called Cryptid series. It has 7 videos now and like more than 2 million views, which is insane to me. Somebody like me, it's insane. And I've been doing little cryptid sculpts and then narrating the story of the cryptid over it. So today, can you guys guess what we're gonna make? Which monster cryptid we're gonna be making? It's one that I've been asked a ton. Hello, ma'am. I have a question. What would be the effect of Unreal MetaHuman? What do you mean the effect? Like generally speaking, like what it will do? It's unclear. What kind of effect? So you mean like effect on the industry? Are you gonna make your own style of Red Yeti? Yes. Hello, ma'am. What are your views on Unreal MetaHuman, which will affect organic modeling artists specifically? Well, give me a second. I'm looking up Yeti reference while we speak. So, how I think MetaHuman will affect us. MetaHuman's not gonna, as far as I think, it's not gonna erase the need for there to be organic sculptors, of course. It's just kind of another nod in the fact that the industry is just as the requirements grow for more content, more realism, more content at faster speeds, so too will the demand for things being procedurally generated, things being more programmatic, things being more automatic, okay? And that's a trend that we've seen forever, right? It's always been around, and it's just getting stronger. And what does that mean for people like us that love sculpting? It means just there's going to be opportunity for adaptation. I think that there are multiple paths that you can take. You can't expect to join a career and for it to not change through your whole life, right? You gotta adapt or become obsolete. So some things to do are to focus on the fundamentals of art, focus on creativity, focus a little bit on stylization, a little bit, or cross the pond, focus on building the procedural tools yourself. And don't forget that there will always be a demand for handmade things. Like, so, you know, they're probably not going to make the next Kratos in MetaHuman. You know what I mean? Alright, so Yeti. Big scary... what is the Yeti after all? I should probably have done that research. So I'm just gonna do it kind of how I understand it, which is like the Bigfoot of the snowy mountains. Which I think is accurate, probably. So here I'm just kind of creating the overall shape really fast. I'm only gonna do a bust, so it's going to be head and face and neck and shoulders. Braybeard is a supplemental tool. Not everyone can have a super talented character artist working on their projects. Absolutely. I saw somebody say on Twitter something really clever, which was that things like MetaHuman are just going to help bridge the gap between indie games and AAA games as far as quality and realism. Alright, so just, you know, kinda just adding the space for me to sculpt in. I'm busy being super talented in other areas. How good and how weird is it to get used to 2 monitors? I now understand the streamers. It's for me, it was really easy to get used to it. It was a very big luxury. And I liked it. I have 2 monitors, but I used to have 3. That's when you really peak. Do you guys think I should go for a more human Yeti or a more like monkey kind of Yeti? Ape-like? What do you think? Can I see the reference for the Yeti? I don't have reference today, but I'm thinking about, I still haven't decided if I'm doing, again, a monkey type or a more human type. We'll find out, let it flow. Maybe I'll have like big teeth. Ape-like? Yeah? Monkey? Looks like ape. Monkey. Ape is winning. Hola, Jonathan. Bray definitely thinks so. So true. We need to adapt that. Even so, it's a software that would give human, but an artist can bring expression and their feeling to it. Let's go ahead and start dynameshing already. Yay. Oh, Damien standard doesn't hurt. Start kind of cutting in where the neck's gonna be. Or more like where the neck's gonna end compared to the shoulders. Cutting in the basic articles here. No big deal, no big deal. My Yeti's looking a little elegant so far. It's not quite what I'm looking for. I'm gonna start kinda thickening this boy up. Or maybe girl, right? If there's a boy, there's gotta be a girl, maybe? That's how most mammals are. All mammals. So let's think about that. The Yeti's gotta be a mammal. It's ape-like and human-like. Open mouth or closed mouth? Make the cranium a little smaller. Get that like ape-like vibe. Is 32 gigs RAM enough for learning basic sculpting? I'm sorry, I don't know how to answer that question because I don't know. I don't know the answer, so I won't guess. Oilies. Nicola, nothing will change. You always need an artist to do hard work. Either the kind of plugins, amateur armor parts, etc. Optimize character for mobile VR platform. The biggest gain is the artist would see everything in real time and we can quickly iterate on changes. May I speak Portuguese here or today English speaking? Today is English speaking, but you can ask questions and stuff in Portuguese and I'll answer them. I think I'm gonna grab some pictures of gorilla. Okay, a gorilla is very extremely shaped compared to what I'm thinking about. Did you guys hear that? I think I have ArtStation open. Open that mouth for an overbite. Okay. General question. Is there a stage where it becomes detrimental to Dynamesh instead of simply subdividing, or can you do either at any point? Well, technically speaking, you can do either at any point, but I think it does become detrimental once you're done kind of blocking and maybe even secondary shapes, and you start doing detailing, tertiary shapes and stuff like that. I think Dynamesh is no longer is so good for that. I don't know what to do with this piece yet, but we're gonna find out together. Yeah, it's too much chin. I really like the pink creature with green galaxy eyes. Really awesome eyes, inspirational. You did it right. I think so. It was like a purple kind of alien with big green eyes. I cannot help figure out how to link the muscles to the torso. The shoulder muscles to the torso. Help me. It is a very specific question, and I don't know exactly what problem you're having because I can't see it. But if you want to post it on my Discord, you'll get help. Not from me, from somebody else. Let me get my links going. Give me one sec. I'm trying to get my links in there. But I don't know how to find chats. I've never had this problem before. Like they switched the. Here we go. There are my links, and most importantly, I'm going to put a link here to my Discord, where you can get critiques at any time. Make sure to join. And then we can help out with the shoulder muscles, ideally. I am a fan of your modeling line. It's perfect. Oh, Louise, thank you. Right now, he just looks like a intellectual or something. Go ahead and block in the ears. I'm gonna go ahead and do an insert primitives, sphere 32. Let's drag that bad boy on. It's gonna have to be little. Made you embarrassed to post it? Don't be. What does VR stand for in the title? I'm a VR developer, and we often talk about VR and how to make models for VR. Which anatomy book is very useful for anatomy study and many more things? My favorite anatomy book is called Anatomy for Sculptors. I live by it. I swear by it, really. It should be the one. Is he a Yeti? Is he an orc? Stay tuned to find out. Yes, the one that you mentioned. Are there any channels or documents for learning ZBrush that you can suggest for a beginner like me? I always say that you should check out the Z Classroom, which is Pixologic's official ZBrush learning platform on their YouTube channel. It has all the really good content, but it's more for learning the tools, not for learning like how to be a good sculptor, you know. There are two sides to learning this craft, I suppose. There's the tools, and then there's the actual foundations, anatomy, fundamentals. I'm actually making my own ZBrush for Beginners course right now, but it's not out yet. It's not ready. Where can you find your Cryptid projects? On TikTok. I just put my links in chat, but I can do it again. If you go to my TikTok, which I know TikTok is a funny platform to be on as a 3D artist, but hear me out. It's kind of fun. I've been making Cryptid kind of series on there. That's the one I was talking about. And this is what this one is for. Let's raise these ears up. O curso em português vai ser em inglês e em português. Vão ter duas opções para você comprar. Você é do Brasil, sim. A hairless Yeti is just an orc? The way Anna sculpts make it look easy, so easy that I can't believe I can do it. Then I make some hideous Picasso body. Oh, no, see, it takes practice. You think I haven't done Picasso body? I do Picasso body when nobody's looking all the time. Hello, ma'am. We need a texturing class. Can you do a class of texturing? What kind of texturing? Like in Substance Painter or like detailing, ZBrush, poly painting, stuff like that. Hey, greetings from Turkey. How are you? Making a female half orc at the moment. Nice. I thought about what next time I play D&D being a female half orc. Okay, now that I look at it, okay, so like we kind of have a foundation for the head and stuff, right? It needs an open mouth, right? In order for it to be creepy. Creepier. Because right now he just looks like he's a wise old Yeti squinting into the horizon. Is it possible to export models from ZBrush to 3D programs with all of its colors and materials? So you have to do a UV to do that, and you can do a UV in ZBrush for most programs like Marmoset or Unreal or Maya or whatever. But I think Keyshot actually you don't need to do the UVs, but I haven't done it myself. I'm not a big Keyshot user, but I think you can just kind of throw it in Keyshot and it'll get all the materials and colors. But otherwise you're gonna need UVs and bake maps. I'm glad you guys love me. What sound are you listening to? Oh, can you guys hear the music? I'm playing music for you guys. And this music is just like generic music from Peretzel Rocks. Because a body would suit some horror creature. Is Marmoset 4 used for texturing or just rendering? So it used to be used for mostly rendering, but now they just came out with a new one. They just came out with like a new generation, and it can be used for texturing too. They're expanding their business model. Okay, open mouth. So we're gonna do my open mouth technique, which is very chaotic. Which is basically I take the mask lasso and I kind of draw where I want the mouth to go. And then I mask the rest of the jaw. Soften it. And then mask the mouth again. Then you can rotate from here. It's too soft, too soft. Ah. Gotta raise my Dynamesh a little bit. And then just kind of go from there. Hope for the best. And I think I'm opening it more than I need, right? I'm gonna just kind of keep it like this and then shape it as necessary. It's too wide. Do you ever check your own face for proportions? I do. Sometimes I do it on camera, just like now. One thing I should have done was masking the bottom jaw. And then I'm gonna press Shift F to go to polyframe. And I'm going to press Control W to make that into its own polygroup. It'll come in handy in a little bit. Start adding some expression. Gonna run a Dynamesh. It doesn't have to be beautiful yet, right? We're still working on it. We're starting. We're taking it slow, no problem. Maids, you flatter me. Oh, there's my phone making sound. It's a chaotic good technique. Brasileira, sim. I love ZBrush, also Core Mini. So I was planning on learning Core Mini so I could do this stream on Core Mini today, but I ended up running out of time and I ran out of time, so I had to stick with what I needed for today. This is very masculine sculpt for me. The other day somebody was telling me that all of my art looked feminine, so let's see how masculine I can push it. It will probably still come out somewhat feminine at the end. I don't know. I like feminine shapes and curves, and I like creating flow in my pieces. So maybe that's part of it. Let's go ahead and add in some just block out some blocked out gums and teeth, just so I can get an idea, because like I don't think I can truly understand the shape of the mouth until I've gotten all that stuff in. Hey Ashley! Ashley girl, it's been so long! Too long. I hope you've been doing okay. Actually, I hope you've been doing wonderful. Why would I settle for okay, right? I want mask pen, mask pen, mask pen. Keep clicking the wrong mask. Block in the gums. For the bottom here. Then I just masked it in where I want the gums to go, and then I'm going to, actually it's gotta be all around like this. Then I'm going to extract. Oh shoot, I should have been recording this. Mistakes. Let's see, extract, it's a little thin, let's do, it's better. I might as well already add the big teeth, right? This is my mesh affecting the groups you're creating. Good question. So I think there's a setting with Dynamesh. Let me see. No, actually, it's maintaining the groups. Gonna split the teeth, and I'm gonna use some deformers on them real fast. You do that, you get to the gizmo, you press the settings, you get a deformer. Unless does not fit mode. It's okay. I'll do that later. This one's just a block out tooth anyway, so. Just to further Make him look like an orc. I miss you. Aww. Hi, Danny from Barcelona. Aw, Mage, thanks. I think means think masculine. Think of something you hate. Which is funny because that's the exact opposite of what I'm trying to do with my actual life. I'm trying to think positive as often as possible, right? Trying to keep it together, evolve, improve. Thinking of thinking things I hate is not going to help. Block in the tongue a little bit. I'm going to turn on the transparent mode so I can actually see through. Tiny tongue. Nothing is standard down the center. Always makes a tongue look more like a tongue. Me anyway. Does he look like he's shouting or like yawning? Right now, yeah, it's fine. Do a snake tongue? No, the Yeti doesn't have a snake tongue, does he? Alex, it looks like an orc, but I'm creating the Yeti. It's not really gonna look like the Yeti until it's got like all of its colors and hair, though. Don't you agree? Because if you break it down, the Yeti is kind of like an orc in the first place. Can you guys hear the music I'm playing for you or no? Yay, you can hear music. Yay. He looks like he's got like a little snake fangs. Bavin, I'm good. How are you? And you can show how to form the mesh with the new plugin Balloon Mesh because I work with mouse. I don't have tablet. I try. But it's missing in the palette of masks. It should be in here. If you press down Control and you click on the brushes, there should be a mesh balloon here. And then you can kind of use it like this. All it takes is for you to drag around and do your balloon. If you don't see that brush, maybe you haven't updated ZBrush yet. Create some drama in the neck. Because why not, right? We're already here, we might as well have a little fun, a little drama. Sandro, boa tarde. Did someone tell this orc to tidy his room? Let's go ahead and add the eyeballs in. It's gotta have small eyes, right? Let it autosave. I'm new. ZBrush available now? Yeah, ZBrush is available. You can go to ZBrush.com and see see what's available. There are many different kinds of licenses. There are licenses that are more advanced, less advanced. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and split on last point so that the eyes are a separate thing, and now I'm gonna kind of form the head around the eyes a little bit. You guys think I should go ahead and block in the hair already so that he looks more like the Yeti? I updated mine, but I didn't really check what was new, anything major. I think the cool masking features are pretty major. They updated a lot of stuff. Jefferson, thank you. Mage, that's an exaggeration. My split group is not activated. Writes the grid consists of one group, and the groups try again. Operation cancelled. With what it can be connected. Split group is not activated. This right here, group split, and it says the grid consists of only one group. Assign the groups. Oh, so try going to polyframe and making sure that you have different groups, like different colors. If you have different colors, you have different groups, and try again. What advice would you have liked to hear when you were younger in the world of 3D? I literally can't think of one single... I'd say that, like, your worth is much more than your job. You know, like what job you have is truly not that... Not as important as we make it seem when we're starting, in my opinion. And to also not rely on a job for all your fulfillments. Make sure that you are creating your own stuff, that you're living for yourself, and doing what makes you happy. Let's go ahead and extract. I'm just gonna have luck in the top teeth like this. It's a little faster. I'll worry about how teeth fit together later. I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, not duplicate it, delete it. Light it up. What's going on with this one? There's a mess of geometry over here. Just kind of blocking it out so I can get the shape down without spending too much time on it. I think that's pretty important sometimes. Especially because I'm trying to get some sort of expression going. I should probably do a similar thing in the bottom lips. It's tricky doing a female half orc without looking like a man in drag. Adriana! Oi, mãe, tudo bem? Zatran just joined the reference. This looks like Kong. Reference. It's actually supposed to be a Yeti, but same vein, I suppose. Ma'am, I'm from India. There's a few studios only, and you suggest me any studio who provide internships. So I don't know any studios in India at all. So I'm sorry, I don't have the knowledge to give you that advice. But make sure, so the advice I can give you is that no matter where you are, make sure you are doing your research pretty often. You're keeping up to date with the trends of the area. You're looking at hiring boards. The internet has so many jobs available. You're finding out who's hiring, and you're trying to like figure out what their needs are. Like if somebody's hiring for a 3D modeler and they're saying that they need like Maya and ZBrush or something, and you don't know Maya and ZBrush, maybe consider learning it, especially if it's a trend, and a lot of them are doing the same thing. Thank you, Racine. Boa tarde, Ana. Queria saber se para trabalhar no 3D tem que ter diploma. Contra ter diploma faz alguma diferença, isso é dispensável. Só faz diferença em alguns cenários. Por exemplo, se você quer se mudar para algum outro país, com visto de trabalhador, faz bastante diferença. Ou se você quiser um dia ser professor numa faculdade ou algo assim, também faz diferença, né? Mas, assim, um simples emprego na sua cidade ou no seu país, não. Hello, are you reading comments or not? Yes, it just takes a while. Are you going to use fiber mesh? No, I'm going to use the tubes brush. I'm here for positivity and hope. Well, you'll have it. I already applied, but there are too small and startup companies. That is not a bad thing. Be open to those. That's a great place to get so much experience. So much experience. When you work at a smaller company, you get to wear more hats, learn more things, do more roles. You don't have to stay there forever, you know. But it's a really good experience to work in a small company. Hey, Fi, tudo bem? I'm gonna actually split these. Pinch to make it thinner. I'm gonna hide this part. Gonna bring the head back so I can see what the heck I'm doing now. I wasn't a big party goer before COVID, but I do miss a good party. I'm gonna go ahead and merge the fangs down with the bottom gum teeth area now. Merge down, always okay. There we go, now I can kind of sculpt both of them together. The teeth need to come out a little bit more. Maybe a little bit of inflate down here. Oh my god. Move topological. Go ahead and add a little detail to the tongue. Low. I don't know what to do with the tongue. What is outside anymore? Okay, I missed a lot of chat. Looks like I got carried away. Is ZBrush available for free? There is one ZBrush license type that is available for free. Go to ZBrush.com to go see the pricing. É bom saber que você está me assistindo, pai e mãe. You know how people use clay buildup with Alpha 6? Is there enough of people use with the clay brush? I find it good for blocking form, but it makes kind of flat squares that I don't like. I love the flat squares, so I always use that one. You're not working dynamics perspective. When I have to use it, Kyrie, great question. So I use perspective. I use perspective on and off. You know, and I change the perspective numbers. Normally, I choose based on the picture, the perspective of the reference pictures I'm using. So if I can kind of tell what kind of perspective the reference picture was taken in, I'll try to match it so that I can get perfect accuracy. And then I also have to know what perspective the final product I'm making a model for is going to be. So, for example, if I'm putting it in a VR game or like just a regular game in an engine, I want to know what that final is so that I can get a preview exactly what it looks like so I don't get any nasty surprises. Eu tenho 35 anos e estou tentando voltar para o mercado. A idade pode me prejudicar na hora de buscar uma vaga fixa? Não, Rafael, não. Na indústria de arte, a sua idade não importa. Working in a small company sounds ideal to me. If you get lucky working on a project you like, you'll be more involved in the creative process than you would modeling crates for the next Call of Duty. Yeah. I cut the jaw from the skull, but there's a transparent area in the jaw. Could you tell me how to fix this? A transparent. Maybe you are in... I've only ever seen transparency happen when you do like Z-spheres. Maybe if it's flipped. Try going to modify topology, close holes, see if that helps. Buenos dias, William. Ma'am, one more thing I want to ask. That organic modeling is demanding or non-organic model like prop modeling? What does the industry want more? So I recommend, as usual, doing the research, right? Last time I looked, well, it's pretty common, but I believe environment artists tend to be the most plentiful positions that are open. Maybe prop artists. Character arts take some time to get into. It's higher competition, and there are normally less character artists in the studio. I feel like I've lost some intensity in his face. Not sure. Or maybe that means that I'm ready for the next step. I feel like that's helped, actually. Raise the eyes a little bit. Dizem que a idade mais avançada é até melhor por ter conhecimento de outras coisas. Alright, I'm ready to go up Dynamesh. Big moments. I've been waiting for it. Oh no. I think it went too high. Let's focus on the eyes a little bit, right? The windows to the soul. I want to add like chunky lids. Getting expression down, especially specifically so fast, is a little challenging. Push that brow. I think maybe some like strong crow's eye could be good. What do you guys think? Flared nostrils, maybe? Meu Deus. O que você gosta de fazer quando eu não tô trabalhando? Quando eu não tô trabalhando, eu gosto de assistir vídeos ou filmes, andar, brincar com sparkles. Só isso. Sair, mas assim, esse último ano não tem sido muito bom, né, para sair. What's the workflow for sculpts? Do you like to start with Dynamesh and then up the resolution, then move to ZBrush, or what? I'm always confused. Yeah. So what I do is I block out and I get the gist of it in Dynamesh, and then as soon as I'm ready to start adding details, I switch to ZBrush, and then I project. I'll do that today, so you can see. Trying to add some tension to the face. I think the best way to do that was with flow. Like right here, I'm adding this flow so that it makes it look like the skin is kind of stretched, or the whole anatomy is stretched so that he can do a scream. Or whatever it is that he's doing with his face. I want to paint his eyes. You guys know, if you know me by now, you know that I have like a strong desire to paint the eyes way too early every single time. But I've also come to the realization that life is short, and if I want to paint the eyes, then I can. Let me look up gorilla eyes. I like the I actually like chimpanzee eyes. You know, with like the black, black. I guess the white of the eye is black. I'm gonna switch to the paintbrush tool. I'm gonna go ahead and like paint this stuff. Oh, actually, it's fine. Paint it black. I never use pure. Wrong. I never use pure black when I am painting anything in 3D. If it's 3D, don't use pure black. Pure white, it blows everything out. Oh, one important step that I forgot about. I'm going to switch from RGB to material. I'm going to select the toy plastic material, which I can never find. There it goes. And I'm going to apply this to the eyes to make it shiny. So I'm going to go ahead and apply. It makes all the difference. Then after I switch back, only the eyes will have toy plastic. Let's switch back to RGB so I can keep painting. Let's do By the way, you can copy poly paint colors by hovering over them and pressing C. And then we're going to take a little darkness and just kind of create a shadow like that. That might be a little strong, I'm not sure. Maybe just one. Maybe I can push the color a little bit more. Maybe like a little brighter at the bottom. Kinda don't hate it. Hi, Omnis. Kinda reminds me of this Vex makeup for vampires and Buffy the Vampire TV show. I have never seen that show. Qual a melhor maneira de medir a altura correta dos olhos? Eu gosto de olhar na internet e medir por ali, tipo, no Anatomy for Sculptors ou algo assim. E, e depois medir no meu modelo. Talvez com um transpose line. Looks more and more like an orc by the second, right? I should add a disclaimer to the stream. Not an orc. But very orc-like. Você tem cara de que gosta de filmes de Tarantino. Sério. What do you think about metahumans? I thought it looks really cool. But yeah, there's a lot to be said. We had a whole discussion about this at the beginning of the stream about how it could change things or not. Not it, but just the trend. Do you think some short fur could be good on this in the end? I'm gonna add long fur, because it's the Yeti. Oi, Ana, acha que os estudos de outsourcing é uma boa opção para iniciar no mercado, seja para assets, characters próprios? Sim. Eu sempre achei que o estúdio de outsourcing seria uma ótima ideia, principalmente porque ao longo de um emprego você pode ter participado em vários projetos muito interessantes. Por exemplo, eu tenho uma amiga que trabalha num estúdio de outsourcing há alguns anos. E em 3 anos ela fez coisa para Fortnite, Call of Duty, etc. Só do mesmo emprego. É muito bom pro seu currículo. By the way, if you're enjoying this stream and my content, make sure to follow me on social media. I'm posting the link up right now. Restreambot should get it. It's the best way. Social media is the best way to get a hold of me, ask me questions, all the good stuff. It's also good to keep up to date with my artwork, my content, my upcoming tutorials, and other services that I do. But more importantly, join my Discord. It's a place where so many talented 3D artists hang out offline. A lot of professionals, a lot of beginners, like everything in between. We share tips and tricks, resources, tutorials. We do critiques. So if you need to get your work critiqued, go there. If you want to help people, go there. They do calls, challenges, games, all sorts of stuff on Discord. So make sure you do. Whenever I do giveaways, it's through the Discord too. I'm learning so much and gonna try to stream more often. Aw, I'm glad, Irritator. Yeah, you need to know what program taking artist jobs. I'm worried about that. Well, there is no industry that doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna just say it again for the last time for today. But there is no industry that has no adaptation as needs. Okay, so like every industry at some point is going to go through some sort of like technological revolution or something like that where people have to adapt, and that's okay as long as you can adapt and not just hold on to the past. You can do it. That's why Homo sapiens are now the people who kind of like rule the earth and not the Neanderthals, for example, because we can adapt. So embrace change. If in fact, when you see change, you see a new trend, if you can be one of the first people to adopt it, you will be so well if it takes off. And then the next thing is, it's happened. Like the more our demands grow, the more our technology has to grow to meet those demands. But that doesn't mean that character making is obsolete. No, not at all. There will always be a need for people to make their characters from scratch. They're not going to make the next Kratos in MetaHuman, you know what I mean? But notice the trends. Take note of them. Don't be scared of them. Oi, Ana. Sou do Renato aqui de BH. Estou sempre acompanhando seus trabalhos. Top. Continua morando em Houston? Não, eu me mudei pra Flórida. Move brush is good or move topology brush? They are both different. So the move brush only moves everything. So for example, for this piece here, I have a teeth and the gums separate. So if I use a normal move, I can move both together. If I use the move topological, I only move one at a time. That's the difference. So I use it based on the needs at the time. You look so familiar. Unibrow. Are you able to export MetaHuman too? Yeah, I imagine so. Olá, Ana, buenos dias. Wham, thank you. But most of all, where's the cat cam? He's right here, but he's not on camera today. We don't do Pixologic cat cam. Hi from France! You should do material contents? What does that mean? Você sabe como pode fazer com que o ZBrush Core Mini reconheça a mesa digitalizadora? Eu acho que ele reconhece automaticamente, não? Talvez seja um problema da mesa digitalizadora em si. Okay, I think we're ready to start adding some blocked out hair so that he looks more like the Yeti that I'm trying to go for and not so much of just an angry orc. And then we can reduce his orcness as needed. Okay, so the brush I'm gonna use, I'm gonna start with the, what would be a good brush? I know I like tubes. Wait, no, I like clay tubes. I like clay tubes, I like curve tube. Then I go to stroke, size modifiers, let's see. I'm in the wrong place. Curve modifier size. I like to start the brush a little chunky, go this way, and then end it thin for hair look. Not thin enough. I don't know what I'm doing as of right now. I think this is in the wrong place, but it's a start. I need that fur. Go ahead and mask this dude out. I need to thin out the beginning of the curves a little bit, so I'm gonna do that a little bit more. Stroke. Oh, I'm in the wrong brush. Curve tube. Thin that out a little. Okay, let's think it through. Let's think this through. Where else do I want hair on this thing? Unclear. I don't think I want beard hair. He's looking fierce. Thank you. Are you using a Cintiq? No, I'm using a simple Wacom tablet. Same brands, different objects. Usually I also do hair for like this. I lower the intensity to make the hair more thin. It looks more real. Oh, I like the chunky because it makes it go faster. But thank you for the tip. I already know what the TikTok comments for this one is gonna be. So basically I'm creating kind of like a base crown for the hair. Oh, I like that one actually. And then I can always take the move topological and fix it after. I'm gonna kind of do the top part from here. And it's too big, but we can again take the move brush and fix it. And then for the top parts, no symmetry, not allowed. Okay, okay. Put those roots in. Right, I'm gonna leave them like this for now. Save. Hi, Mylan. Feet and hand are a little bit short if you're sculpting a bear. Oh, I thought you were talking to me, and I'm like, wait, I'm not sculpting a bear. So now I'm going to use the curved tube snap, and it was kind of just to create extra hair strands. Oh, I gotta fix up the size again. This one's a little tougher to control for me. Just kind of fleshing it out as I want with my style. I like the raised mane look. Thank you. Let's do more this brush than the one before. This brush sticks down to the surfaces. The other one sticks out. This one's good for like adding more detail, breaking up the old one. Sometimes it doesn't stick perfectly though. Kind of like this. Kind of creates like an extra layer. And that's it fleshed out. Oh, I should have had symmetry on for this part. Hey Anna, I'm new to sculpting. Any tips how to study and practice anatomy? Thank you. Yes, Lug, of course. So, there are many ways to approach learning anatomy. but all of them include practice and observation. So you need to learn to see like an artist. You need to learn how to be able to trust your eye and recreate something that you're looking at. So that's where observation comes in. And it's a very, very important skill. So basically, I recommend getting yourself some sort of like book or breakdown. I like Anatomy for Sculptors myself. And using reference and trying small projects. Like today, I'm going to learn a little bit of hand anatomy. Take some pictures of hands or a breakdown from a book, write down the names of the different parts, break down the shapes into its simpler forms possible. Then, from there, make small projects. So just do it in ZBrush. But again, yeah, breaking it down in Photoshop ahead of time, I think, is a great idea when you're starting. Learning a little bit of the names of stuff, at the very least the big stuff. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and split this. And mask point so that the hair is separate. I'm gonna save. And also, I really like the look for when the skin was darker than the hair, so I'm gonna go ahead and select the skin and paint it a slightly darker gray. I kind of like it when the face is a little darker too. Paint the teeth whites. Is that an orc? No, it's gonna be the Yeti when I'm ready. Do you have any tips for beginners who's just opened a full version of ZBrush for the first time? Yes. It can be very overwhelming, all the different buttons and options that you have. So my first tip is to just forget that they're all here. Take it slow. You only need to learn a few things on your first day, and then you kind of just add a little bit more and then a little bit more as you go. And for sculptors in the Sunday Human Figure, I think so. I think that's what it's called. Alright, let's add the back hair. Brush, curve tube. Coral, why am I not ready? I don't know which way to face the hair here. Ooh. Where is Sparkle? He's right here next to me sleeping. Is it better to go upwards? No, I'm gonna go downwards with the hair here. Just kind of trying, seeing what I like. I don't like this. That's for sure. I think this part needs to be shorter, maybe a little smaller. Thanks so much for this move from Sculptures. Oh, so you were singing a song. I don't think you're ready for this, Yeti. I gotta be careful because I'm not properly masked. Here it is, XGen in Maya. One time I used XGen in Maya. I wouldn't say I'm a good, well-practiced user. Kind of trying to like do a little framing here. I know that the anatomy isn't even done in this area, or any area really, but I can always move this fur. I don't like these back ones here. I'm gonna take the move topological to move just them. Kind of calm them down a little bit. I want the main fur to be the one that's on his head. It looks better to me. Little furs like this help transition from the unfurry parts to the more furry parts. Then I'm gonna split them. Split, unmask points. Then I'm gonna take the move and just kind of, as usual, kind of just fit it into the skin a little bit better. Maybe take the spiral brush, which I don't no longer know the shortcut for because it changed. Spiral, 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 spiral. G. Looks like it changed back. I'll add more fur in a little bit. Alex! thanks. I don't want to make the Jolly but thanks for the suggestion. Oh, it was really a request, not a suggestion. You dream of working in the United Kingdom someday? Someday. I don't dream of it, but I would so be open to it. Did you ever play really old games from the 90s? Yeah, I played some old games from the 90s, but like not too many. Back in the 90s, I didn't really have the capacity for it. You know, like we didn't really have games around the house or anything. I'm gonna lighten the face up a little bit. It's too dark. Actually, I like it dark. I don't know. It's very expressive and I like that. Thank you. The expression is something that I need to like keep pushing, you know, a lot. Thank you. Kids these days miss what it's like to really live. I always think it's kind of the parents' fault a little bit because like so many parents are just taking the iPad and whatever, giving it to babies and stuff. I think that's a little weird. Greetings from Spain. Hi, Lurivan. Hi, hello, hello. Just kind of darkening the root transitions for the hair. Make sure to save. Guys, I'll be right back. I need to step away for a second to go drink some water or something. Alright, I'll be right back. Let me try to go away in the first place, right? It's a little tough with this one. I didn't organize this thing. back. Hello. Do you stream on your channel tomorrow and make some critiques on your sculpt? I will stream on my own channel tomorrow, yes. In fact, that reminds me, if you are enjoying my stream, make sure to follow me on Twitch, Anna Carolina Arts, just like there. I stream every single Sunday at 5 p.m. Central. And we do ZBrush. What's the name of the software? It's called ZBrush, Ali. I'm 40 years old. I use a translator, but I still try to understand speech. I like working in ZBrush. Nice, Gavrilov. It's good to have, give kids devices. They need to learn stuff. Jefferson, my teacher says that he tried to contact you last month, but I don't answer. I believe he tried direct on Instagram. Okay, I'll check. I don't check my message requests super often. I do try to check them like once every 2 weeks or so. Do you know what he wants? Jaw and Mark look clear to monsters. I like that a lot, especially when you have small eyes. You get very angry. Very angry. That fur is looking good. Thank you. Thimbulk, thank you for welcoming me back. I feel welcome. Alright, so now, everybody was asking me, when do you switch from Dynamesh to ZBrush, right? And the answer is, once I feel like I'm done blocking out to a degree, well, maybe the ears need a little bit more block out, but when I finish blocking out to a degree and I feel good about it and I want to start detailing, I don't do it in Dynamesh. I start detailing in ZBrusher. So let me finish blocking out this ear a little bit more. The back side is something else for later. Smoke and mirrors back there. Okay. Yana, are you using reference for the sculpt? I am using gorillas, but really making a man from my memory of what man is, I suppose. What is man? But really, I'm just designing as I go. I'm trying to get something kind of cool. I don't know. Let's save before I start doing anything. And let's ZBrush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the model. Okay. Then I'm going to take the ZBrush guides brush. I'm going to turn on solo. And I'm going to create guides wherever I need good loops. Good edge loops. Good edge flow. This allows you to control your edge flow. I already know from experience where the trouble areas are when sculpting, so around the eyelid, around the ear like this, at the very least. Here it is. I think that's good enough. Then I'm going to ZBrush. ZBrush. I'm going to leave 5,000 as the target. Make sure to always save before doing big operations like this. You're right, Alex. That's what I was going for. Okay, so the eye doesn't look great. The nostrils look good. The mouth looks great. Maybe I can force another loop around the eye. Shipland, can I make a duplicate? What does that mean? Man, that doesn't look good either, actually. But I'll just leave it like that and hope for the best. But from here, I'm going to turn off solo mode and hide the other stuff just for now. to ZBrush. Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did. I made a duplicate. So now I have two, the original and the ZBrushed one. So in the ZBrushed one, I'm going to divide up like 4 times, and then I'm going to go back to the lower subdivision, and I'm going to project the details from the high subdivision, or from the original Dynameshed one to the low. So I'm going to say project. Wow, I'm on the wrong mesh. Gotta be on the right mesh first. Project. Yes. Okay, then I'm gonna go up a subdivision. I had done it on the wrong mesh, so back down. Project. One more. Project. Alright, I think this is a good base to keep going. Turn everything back on. I also think I'm going to change out the eye color a little bit to make it brighter. So I'm going to go to Poly Paints with the eye selected. Adjust colors. Change the hue to a little bit more yellowy. And then... I don't think it needs more contrast, actually. This one needs to be a little brighter. Like that, more intense. This is a troll. This is gonna be a Yeti. My interpretation. My Yeti. Not a classical Yeti. So I'm gonna start by blocking out the nose area again, or really refining the nose area again. Really push some lines here. Now that it's cleaner, it's gonna go a lot easier than that messy Dynamesh. See, this is why I switched to ZBrusher. It cleans it up, and also I can go up and down in subdivisions as needed. I didn't know you could poly paint like adjust poly paint like that. Awesome. Yeah, it came out like last year or the year before. Sexy, hello. Diego, thank you. Now let's add intensity to the eyes. Right, we lost some of it during the Dynamesh too. Let's keep refining, refining. Try not to overthink it too much. But yeah, I definitely think I lost some of the expression, so we gotta get that back. Mandy the doll, thank you! Can't wait to get a better PC and tablet and begin to work with ZBrush! Yes, I can't wait for you to do that either! It's always an exciting new journey. When you do, you stop by and let me know. And if you have any questions and stuff, hopefully I can answer some of them. When you see me looking off to the side and zooming out, it's because I'm looking at it through the OBS window. It's a little smaller in there, and it kind of like refreshes my gaze a little bit to do so. Hey Anna, how are you doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty well. Your art is absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Jeff Vessel. When you were working on a model, which you created scales on the model using micromesh, such a model, when you want to retopo and credit for animation, how do you go about the scales? I would just retop it in Maya or something, and then just bring the whole model over decimated into Maya and retop it over the scales, and then bake it. Adding a little bit more brow here with the move brush. Trying to add intensity, right? That's one of the main goals of this piece, intensity, while I make Chad Yeti, apparently. Make my doing standard a little bit stabbier. I like to use clay buildup in the chubby parts of my wrinkles to add a little bit of volume there, really bring them out. Let's try to get the nose scrunch in there. I always look at tigers for nose scrunch. I don't know why. I think they have the best nose scrunch when they growl. The nose crunch should not be symmetrical. I always tell my students that the closer something is to the center, the less symmetrical it should be. The center line of a model. So I'm going to break symmetry in a sec. He's looking more intense, right? My, my stomach just growled so loud I could hear it through my headphones. What you sculpting today? My version of the Yeti. Hello, Ana Karina Pereira. How are you doing today? I'm good. How are you? I'm happy. I'm inspired by this piece. This piece makes me happy. So much that's more to work, right? So much more work. So much little time. Let me make this a little stronger here. Really push it in. Oh yeah, I like that chunky. Okay, I think this is one of my most masculine pieces around yet. It's kind of stuff I see on Instagram. Tá ficando lindão, me tudo, obrigada. What is sculpting today? The Yeti. My version of the Yeti. The hair is cool. I'm gonna have to rewind to see how you did it. Yeah, do it. How old did you start Sculpt 3D? I think I was 19 or 20. You look like you're 20 years old. Good. That is exactly the look I'm going for. Let's see, work on the mouth a little bit. It needs more intensity, just like every other part of this model, right? I'm gonna add a little bit more volume up here. Make it look like it's been raised. Is there a definite indicator that lets you know when you're done with a piece or detail? I wish there was. I don't think there is. I think maybe some people have them. But it's definitely a private thing, like a personal thing. You know, you just know, some people just know. Some people never know, like Da Vinci. Apparently, there's a legend, I guess, that he was working on the Mona Lisa forever. Basically, he never thought she was done. For me, it's when I run out of time or money. That's a joke I always make because, like, sometimes in production, that's just the truth. Will you use the hair geo as guide for fibers? No, I'm just gonna leave it like this. So for things that move towards the center line, you start off symmetrical and then you change the center line features to be a symmetrical look. So I was supposed to turn off symmetry before I did them, but I forgot. So normally I would do it completely asymmetrically. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, I do. I don't have a lot yet, but I am making tutorials that will be out during the summer, the American summer. So let me put in my links. So if you want to find my Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and ArtStation, basically everything, the links are in chat right now. It's the best way to get a hold of me, ask me questions, keep up to date with my artwork, my content, my stream schedule, and all of that good stuff. And join my Discord. It's the final link, and it's in a separate message right there. The Discord is an awesome community where 3D artists from all over the world, from all over the walks of life, and all over the industry hang out offline. We share tips and tricks, resources, tutorials. We do challenges and games. We do giveaways and stuff. And just generally, it's just a nice community to be a part of. Make sure to join. Make sure to join the Discord. And of course, I stream every single Sunday on my own channel, my own Twitch channel. It's right there in the screen. It's also on the links I sent. And we do ZBrush. We do really fun. It's really fun atmosphere over there. Need some forehead details, right? And forehead looks super weak. So does his everything else. All the areas of neglected look neglected. Who'd have thought? This is a good time to take off symmetry, do some forehead wrinkles. The bottom of the mouth is something that I have not been paying attention to, huh? Doesn't he have lips down here? Like, he kind of has lips up there, you know, but... I like the song. Good, actually. No, Damien Standard is not acting the way I was hoping it would. Solo. Use clay buildup instead. thin out the lips a little bit. I have to go to work. See you tomorrow. See you, King Fury. There will be any challenge for tomorrow's stream? Probably. Do you have any challenge ideas? Should I drop his lip a little bit like this? Have it hanging a little? What do you guys think? Hang or no hang? I like to widen the eyes on my creatures. I feel it gives more feral look to my sculpts. Are you hiring on this YouTube channel? Because I often see different people who are live, but I don't know if you are a company. So, what this channel is the people who make the software that we use, Pixologic, they have this channel. So it's not anybody in particular. It's just all of us. All of us, we all sculpt on the same channel. We share it. Pixologic makes the software, and they give us this platform to show it off, our work, to teach and whatnot. So I don't know if they're hiring or not, but what you can do is go on ZBrushLive.com and see if they're looking for new streamers. We're gonna have to give him like an icy look in a little bit. Gotta duplicate or divide up the tongue again. Maybe ZBrush it. Solo. Just adding a little volume down here. Roar. Cool looking gear. Thank you, Artist Say. A challenge from Random Generator app was a fun one. Wine Fox, thank you. Thank you. Let's fix up his neck a little bit. Save, make sure we save. Immediately ignores the neck again. Wants to work on this thing instead. You ever already thought about making 3D figurines with your talent as a 3D sculptor? I've thought about it. Like I've been looking into I would look into 3D printing and things like that. Just that I always felt really bad for the environments for 3D printing, so I have never done it. And also, one day I did decide to start, and I ordered a 3D printer, but it never made it. Like, it just that didn't get delivered. It was a huge bummer. Great, we're loving the details. Thank you. TC pushing at the lips would be only for creatures, not IRL, right? Depending on the creature in real life, yeah, it would. Alright. I think the teeth need a little attention. The back tooth isn't quite working out yet. I wanted to do like a little one. Like that, yeah. Normally when I'm doing like quick sculpts like this one, I'd make the teeth all separate, but I think I'm switching to this method. Like, this is so much more time efficient. I can take off symmetry. Hi, greetings from Mexico. Sergio, thank you. Gracias. I'm gonna look up Yeti now. After all this time, I'm gonna look up Yeti and I'm gonna see the color palette that I want to go for. I think I like that classic like ice blue and whites, but with the black for the face. think Sparkle's trying to break into my room. Yeah, icy blue and white. Let's see what I can do. Choose an icy blue first. Maybe too strong, huh? Maybe if I turn down the intensity, make it more whitish like this. I'm just adding it as almost like an extra layer to the base coat. I think I'm gonna start, wait, let me start the paint again. I'm gonna fill it with whites. And start again, but inserting this icy blue into it. Get it cleaner. So, oh my god, I've already lost my icy blue that I had so lovingly made. And then I'm gonna go black in. I'm gonna go back in with my gray, but this time I'm gonna let it be a little blue. Nice, baby. Have you tried the color plugin? You can save colors. Oh my god, no, actually, that sounds amazing. How do you use alpha brushes for skin wrinkles? I just use the standard brush with the drag rectangle and I apply the alpha that way. But I also use morph targets in order to be able to erase my alphas if I mess up. Gonna let the gray kind of come down lower a little bit. It looks more Yeti-like now with the kind of more icy blue. And I'm making sure I'm not using pure gray, I'm using a bluish gray. Darken out the eyes, inside of the nose, maybe the bottom lip. No, I don't like the lips so dark. Eyebrow dot. I always have an eyebrow dot. I don't know if this one particularly needs to be so reinforced by color, but... Then let's paint the teeth. I always paint my creature teeth a yellowy, orangey color. Always. Not that much. This is just the base coat. I don't know what color I don't know what a good color for the gums would be. I think like a purple. I'm just kind of throwing it on and seeing what happens. What do you think? I think it's fine. This is one of the areas, I guess, where you don't save time with the whole teeth and gums together. Maybe I should have done the gum color to be the primary. I think I put a little purple on the teeth, actually. Oops. I'm gonna go in here and inside the mouth with the same color. Solo it out. Then I'm gonna make a darker version to kind of like make the back of the mouth disappear a little bit. Then for the tongue, I'm not super happy with it. I think it needs a kind of a gradient with a warmer color. So I'm gonna grab like a corally red maybe. Make my brush intensity super low. Like that, just to add a little bit of life to it. Make sure to save. Have you been in a gaming studio or have you only been freelance? I've been at VR studio for a very long time, VR games and experiences. Hey Nicola, can you make it show? Show what? Can I ask you what morph targets are? Morph targets basically store your mesh as it is in a moment in time. And so if you mess with it afterwards and you want to go back, you can just go back to your morph target. Or if you only want part of it to go back, you can use your morph target for that. And the cool thing is that, like, let's say I put alphas all over the place and I want to take off some of the alphas around the eye or something, I can just use the morph target brush and just restore the morph target in that area. It's better with a demonstration, but I'm not sure if I have time to finish this and do a demo on that, so sorry. These hairs needs like massive, like just pure whites on them, otherwise it's not gonna work. I think the pure white isn't white enough because of the material, you know? You can always brighten them up in Photoshop. I should dynamesh this bottom part of the jaw, huh? Let's do it. Fix it up a little bit. Alright. So now, gonna copy the color from up here and paint it down there. Oh, I forgot to paint the back teeth. Yes, yes. Important. Don't mind how messy this is. Truly, the point of this piece is not perfect dentistry. Gotta be, like, presentable enough. I'm gonna darken out the back teeth. And if there's time, I'll refine. Gonna add a little bit of that orange back in. Let's go ahead and select the hair meshes, divide it so that it looks more presentable. Save it, make sure I'm saving it. Medea, the footage of Google. Definitely doesn't want to tidy his room. I feel like teeth together would be better for a game character. How long have you been using ZBrush? $7 years? I'm gonna maybe make the lips a little bit more purpley. Super discreetly. Oh yeah, and the nose too. Right? Just gently. So like fake the blood flow. And enrich the color palette a little bit. I don't know what to do about the forehead. Maybe I raise these colors up a little. Yeah, I think that's a little better. This is crazy. This is ZBrush, Andramus, and I don't know if it's my best. From where can I learn advanced ZBrush? There are so many good tutorials on the internet. Try like Michael Pavlovich's videos. I'm gonna make some tutorials in the future, but I haven't finished them yet, or even finished the first round. Alright, now let's focus on the neck a little bit. Maybe I should look at like Hulk neck references. Waiting for them. This summer, so I teach college, and pretty soon I'll be on vacation for a longer period, and I'm going to use that vacation to make my tutorials. and finish them and post them. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, Hulk neck references. I don't like his neck. This model was cool. I'm suspicious because I like post-mortem a lot, but I like that aquatic horse more. Oh, the Kelpie? Thanks. I'm glad you like it. I like the Kelpie. I'm gonna finish it at some point. I should hide the hair on the shoulders so that it doesn't throw me off. I think I focus my game characters like, what would Fortnite do? I don't understand your question. I think leaving out the delts wasn't a good idea. Never is. And take the pinch brush and just thin out the connection here. Then I can always bring these back. The way Fortnite is optimized right now might be the optimized might be the best out now. You think Fortnite characters are the best characters out there? Aqui tá. Obrigada, Rodrigo. I'm taking off symmetry now to start breaking it and getting a more natural look. Qual cientista eu vou seguir? Deixa eu botar meus linkzinhos. Galera, eu acabei de postar meus links pra vocês seguirem e entrarem no meu Discord. I just posted up my links for everybody to follow if you want to. Keep up to date with my artwork, my streaming schedule, my upcoming tutorials, all sorts of stuff. Make sure to follow there and join my Discord. It's a place where this community hangs out offline. We share tips and tricks, resources, tutorials. It's a good place to network. There are hundreds of artists from all over the world in there, from all over the industry as well. What material did I use for the eyes? Toy plastic for the eyes. Tá muito bom isso aí, obrigada. How long, just to get an idea, how long did it take for you to model this head in its basic shape? It took me, I've been working on this one for 2 hours and 42 minutes. So it took me 2 hours and 42 minutes to get from a sphere to this. And with all the hair and the eyes and things. This is how he started. Wait, you ready? Let's hope I don't crash ZBrush. Oh, this is the duplicates, of course. This is the original here. And we started from these. And then eventually it turned into this. Plastic toy plastic for the win. I know, right? Faz em português. Eu faço live em português. Sábado sim, sábado não, eu faço live nesse canal. E live sim, live não, eu faço em português. Completamente, 100%. Very nice. Thank you, Anders. Let's see. Now I can just detail a little bit until the time's up. Do you know where I can get PureF for ZBrush or 7? There's nothing on the internet. Just go to puref.com, I think. Or just search for PureF. PureF doesn't connect to ZBrush. It literally sits on top of any software you're using. Hello from Turkey. Have a nice sculpting. Thank you, Anu. Now let's break symmetry, I think. I'm gonna do it in a new layer. Just in case. Actually, I'm going to use the transpose master to kind of rotate his jaw with everything connected. I'm going to use the mask lasso. Let's see how that looks. Adds a little bit of intensity, in my opinion. I should also do it again, but this time rotate his neck a little bit. And you can tell, like, right, I'm only going to do a render of this. This is not going to be like a final 360 portfolio piece, so I didn't actually bother to do anything in the back. That's because I know what it's going to be used for, so I'm going to just focus my time on the most important parts. The best return on investment, let's say. Qualquer problema que eu tiver, eu posso usar o Move para consertar, sem problemas. Tipo Subtool. Nice catch light from the UK. Você tem canal só seu aqui no YouTube? Ou os vídeos em português você diz nesse canal da live? Os vídeos daqui ficam gravados nesse canal, mas eu tenho meu próprio canal que tá nos meus links. E ele vai ter tutoriais em breve. Tell us about your first job as an artist. That's a tough one. My first job as an artist. So, my first job as an artist was an internship. Does that count? Do you want to hear about the internship, or do you want me to skip ahead? Maybe I should give him a scar or something. Oops, wrong brush. I pinch it a little bit, thin it out, and then of course you gotta paint it that purpley color. I don't like it. After all that, I'm like, no. Maybe just a smaller one is fine. Let's try again. That works, whatever. Thank you, Mustafa. Both. Okay, so my first internship was at NASA. And it started out with a competition, right? Then like a little NASA competition. I actually won it in first place. Yay! But the internship itself was it was a lot of suffering because the guy, you know, who ran the internship was kind of very difficult to work with and whatnot. And it was my first time, and I still had a lot of ego as an artist. And I thought, like, you know, I had to get my vision in there, whatever, but like I didn't understand what it meant to work for a client yet. It was very good to learn. Very good to learn some new stuff, learn how to be a real professional, if that makes sense. I didn't have that experience. And then after that, I never had an ego at work again, mostly. Not like that. Then let's see what else I did. Then my other job was making these mobile VR experiences for people with cancer. And it was really intense and really interesting. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, but I learned so much on that one too. And that's what I was talking about earlier about like working in smaller teams. You get to learn so much more. What do you guys like think about this like red stuff at the bottom of the mouth? I like it. Yeah, it gives that a little bit of blood feel. It's a little cheesy though, right? Maybe if I make it a little more subtle. His eyes look so much real. Thank you. It's been super important for me to get the eyes right. It's super important because they're like the windows to the soul, right? Bad eyes can kill a great model. Fica salvo por quanto tempo? Para sempre! Hello, just wanted to ask the 3D model industry difficult to work in at all? I'm currently a student, and so not sure if 3D modeling is a future career path is the best path for me, but I wanted to input first. Thanks in advance. Just wanted to ask is the 3D modeling industry difficult to work in? It's a very intensive industry. You have to be very good at your craft. You always have to be learning. It's competitive. So as far as that's concerned, yes, it's difficult, but it also brings a lot of personal joy and fulfillment to a lot of people. So a lot of people think it's absolutely worth it. I'm out of tea. It depends on, okay, I don't even know how to get into this industry or into this conversation, but everything in life requires research, risk assessments, pros and cons list, and everything has an opportunity cost. So when you are thinking about going into the 3D industry, you have to weigh, would you be happy doing this for the rest of your life? Would you be happy working in a 3D environment in a studio? Would you be happy with the kind of culture that is around? There's a lot of different cultures, but it's like there's one overall big overarching or arching culture. Would you be, there's so much to worry about and to look into. And starting to ask these questions here is a good idea, but I think also some research, some like actual research on like videos of artists specifically talking about their experience, looking into studios and stuff like that, reading articles and things like that. Super important. Any tips for good eye poly paints? Yes, I actually did a whole demo on this. So if you rewind the live and go see it, I used toy plastic poly or material, and then I just poly painted darkest to lightest. Do you do rigging, animation, etc. as well as do you exclusively model characters? I don't exclusively model characters, but I also don't do animation. I am a technical artist, VR developer by trade, and I do 3D characters sometimes professionally, but mostly as my side, not really a side hobby, but a side practice because I do it for my job sometimes. But now I'm a professor as well, so I just mostly, like, my 9 to 5 is teaching younger folks how to do a little bit of everything when it comes to like game development and VR development. But not animation. I'll never touch animation. What's the hardest project I've ever had? There was this time in my past life where I had to code, make a lot of the art for level design, everything, and project manage a game by myself for a company. That was tough. Um, yeah, pretty tough and a huge challenge. So probably the biggest one, but I learned so much during that one too. Like I literally got good, way better at coding than I ever was before, just because of all the blood that I shed into that project, just trying to figure stuff out by myself without any training. The most challenging character I ever did was my Furbolg. Let me show you. So I made this Furbolg here, which is never officially done. I haven't touched her in a year. This is basically what she looked like. Oh, you can't see. Oh, you can't see my screen. There. Basically, this is what she looked like, right? But she also is her face is like super interactive. It's based on like wrinkle maps, deformations, 51 morph targets, and she speaks like that. These are all like whip shots that I had to do all by myself. I had to do all of the different facts, which is the different movements of the face that a person does. Super challenging, took so long, and then I ended up never pushing it all the way to the end, which is really sad. I probably should take a weekend, and like I only have so little left. So little, like literally I finished on the last 10%, you know? I stopped on the last 10%. Boa tarde, ótimas dicas e conselhos, o personagem tá muito bom, obrigada. Guys, it is 2 p.m. in Florida, which means it's time for me to eat dinner. Have a good rest of your weekend. So before you go, make sure to follow me on social media. It's the best way to get a hold of me, ask me questions, keep up to date with my artwork, keep up to date with my content, keep up to date with my upcoming tutorials, and my schedule. I always say that I'm going live on social media, so if you want to come see my streams more often, follow me. And join my Discord. The link is just in chat just now. It's an awesome place where this community hangs out offline. We share tips and tricks. It's hundreds of 3D artists from all over the industry, all over the world. We share tips and tricks, resources. We do challenges on their games, things like that. It's really fun. I recommend you join. It's really productive. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we have a critiques channel, so you can put your work up there and get critiqued 24/7. Well, it's not immediate, of course. People have to critique it, but you know what I mean? Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Follow the Pixologic channel and subscribe to it on YouTube. Alright? Discord link is in chat. It should be in chat right there. Right there in chat. De nada, menino Snowplane. Tchau, tchau. Bye, bye.